Join my co-producer Marvin Banyan and me as we take you from here to there and back again. You never know where we're gonna be, but you know you're in for a ride. A good one. You know, what do we do here? How do we make it work? And it's really troubling to be in this situation in America. It really, really is a shame. And there ought to be a law against it, you know? There really should. You know, because he didn't do anything legally wrong to me. You know what I'm saying? He just dropping N-bombs and stuff. And man, oh man, you know, like, wow. I guarantee you that it's more fun than most new BMWs. Sorry. Okay, so it's pretty cool. Doesn't quite work though. I'll fish it out. I'll fish it out. It's down there somewhere in the engine. That's good, Carl. Dude, good girl. This is good puppy. Oh, that'll be a puppy. Oh, what is puppy? So, yeah, this is my first feature length video. 24 and a half minutes total to run on Call Flex Network on Chris King Rolling Black. So, welcome to another episode of King Cast Motorsports and Rolling Black, formerly known as Black Tires Matter. Now, black tires do matter. That's why all my rides have pretty much new black tires, because they get me where I need to be safely. Anyway, so we're going to discuss something very personal today, and it's really, really disturbing. I'll take a hit first, and then we're going to get into it. And then we're going to go for a ride. I've got the headband. We're going to go for a ride in Maxine with Pepper down in the river, and I'll tell you about like what's really going on. So, and Maxine never gets any love anyway. It's always about the bikes. So there we go. Well, folks, this is a 1988 BMW 535 IS. And it's a fantastic car. I do say so myself. Because a lot of people say that. It has a pretty puppy in it. But, yeah. To my mind, it is a real BMW. That's pretty much a stainless steel exhaust. I forget what diameter we went with on that. But there's a resonator and a cheap-ass American muffler at the end. But it works out okay. It's a little raspy, but I like it. Yeah, just the beautiful lines, everything, you know. And I love the fact that it looked older than the Mercedes W124 when that came out. And this car was purchased in Zurich. And I'm basically the second owner. The gentleman that bought it died, passed it to his daughter, and then I got it for $600. And I put about 5 in it total over the last few years. 3 years I've had the car, and that's good. She's dirty right now. She's dirty, just like her owner. But anyway, yeah, there's a pretty puppy in there. And you can see there's puppy hair everywhere. But yeah, everything's in pretty good shape here. You know, they could be reconditioned and all that, but it's good. The leather's still supple for the most part, except that there was a recall on the front, and they fixed the driver's side, but they really should have done the passenger side too, because you see how it's cracked there. Typical dash cracks. Let me get the buzzer off. Hi, Pepper. This is my sidekick and editor. Sidekick and eat it ear. Gonna get my hustle on. Get out the way. That's fun. So, any hooser, where was I? Yeah, so we get into this discussion about Volvos, and I thought everything's cool. You know, I bought the guy a Christmas gift too. Like, I got him a really nice candle, one that I bought for myself, you know? Yeah, it's like a $15 candle, but it's really nice, right? I could have used 2 of them, for sure, right? But I gave one to this motherfucker, right? So anyway, let's go to the end, because, yeah, let's go to the end. This is the end, my friend. That's the doors. Yeah. Pepper, you wanna go down there? Let's go down there. Okay, we're good here. I'm kind of right in the way, but no, I'm okay. I'm okay. So, yeah. The guy, let me cut to the chase. What happened was the guy just comes into the garage the other day to fix the ballast and the lights, right? And when he gets there, he looks up at me and he says, how many motorcycles do you need? And I wanted to say to him, it didn't occur to me at the time, but I told my housemate about it. And then Larry said, you know what? You should have just asked him, how many fucking Volvos do you need, bitch? You know? Yeah, Pepper was upset about that too. Yeah, how many fucking Volvos do you need? Can a black man have a motorcycle or 3? You know what I mean? You know what I did tell him though? He says, how many do you need? And he says, how many of those do you need or something like that? I said, all of them. I need all of them. You know, what an asshole. And then, so he dropped the N-bomb again in front of my housemate. And so, you know, I noticed it happened the other day. My housemate just walked away. He was just so pissed. He walked away and I didn't know what was going on with him. But I also knew he was sick that day, okay? But what it was, you know, he's just like, King, he's like, I didn't want to tell you what happened right in front of the landlord at that time, because we had kind of an agreement that we're going to really get at this thing strategically. And that's what I'm here to talk with you guys about. What is the most strategic way to get after something like this? You know, what do we do here? You know, how do we make it work? And it's really, you know, what do we do here? How do we make it work? And it's really troubling to be in this situation in America. It really, really is a shame. And there ought to be a law against it, you know? There really should. You know, because he didn't do anything legally wrong to me. You know what I'm saying? He just dropping N-bombs and stuff. And man, oh man, you know, like, wow. And I was gonna wait until I moved out to really address this stuff until I heard that he did it again, you know? Yeah, I was gonna wait until I moved out, or maybe, like I said earlier, bought the place. I don't know, it's just something that I'm just kind of, I'm not in shock, but I'm definitely really in a weird place right now. And that's the legacy of racism in America. I'm not out here looking for it, people, okay? But it interjects itself into my life. It does that. And it does that for every black man, black woman, you know, because you can't go anywhere without finding racists. And it's not the overwhelming, like I say, it's not my overwhelming feeling living here at all. I love it here. But it happens. So yeah, folks, like I say, this, you know, landlord talking about how many bikes do you need, how many Volvos do you need, dude? You know, like, what a dick. What a dickhead. So anyway, let's talk about racism growing up in Cleveland Heights, okay? Because it was around, of course, as racist, you know, everywhere you look. I mean, it's gonna be everywhere, but is it the predominating effect? No. As you'll see in a picture here, Coventry, we live not too far from Coventry, you know, blacks and white folks hung out, and you know, it was pretty cool. It really was. And my dad was elected a precinct committee man, all right, so he's active in politics, and obviously the area wasn't that racist, but you know, yet the black girl that lived in our neighborhood, she was, their house got firebombed, you know, and there was another white family, the Knocking Gust family, and his mother was a snob. Rex's mother was a snob, and she was like, oh, well, they spoke in euphemisms like, well, I don't like what's coming up from Noble. Noble was a street where there was like a line of demarcation, and they tried to keep the blacks down there. And that was when, you know, we were part of, my family was testers in the landmark case of Hilltop Realty versus Heights Community Congress, or Heights Community Congress versus Hilltop Realty. And essentially, they popped him for steering, racial steering. And old friend of mine at the time, Alex Barclay, his dad was mayor of Cleveland Heights, and he took on the case with Avery Friedman and some other folks, and they sued the shit out of this company for racial steering. Anyway, yeah, but most of the neighbors were cool, but there was the Stickle family, the German family, lived behind us. But, you know, I guess the predominant thing was that people were cool. You know, we babysat each other's children. My sister, we borrowed bicycles and played tennis together and everything. You know, I've showed you notes from my neighbors in other episodes where they were thanking my parents for just being who they are and welcoming us to the neighborhood and start playing tennis with us and everything, and that's how I started playing tennis, all that. So it was cool, but the Stickles, back to them, okay? Bobby came up to me. See, they used to throw beer cans and stuff. This is 1971, 70, 71, 72. They would throw beer cans and stuff over our yard, and nigga that, stuff like that, right? And it was really horrible. So one day in high school, Bobby comes up to me and he says, I moved away I went to a different school for a while, a prep school for years and years and years. Came back. They moved away from the neighborhood. Then I came back to public school for a year or two before I graduated from high school. And there's Bobby. And he sees me at the one of the bus stops or something. And he comes up to me and says, "Yeah, you're Chris King, aren't you?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "I just want to apologize. I don't know where the rest of my family is at with this or whatever." But he says, "I just want to apologize for the shit that my family did to yours, 10 years ago." And I was like, wow, dude, yeah. By then it was, early 80s and stuff, and starting to be men at that point. And yeah, he said that. He really apologized. And so I accepted his apology immediately. And I said, thank you for really thinking more, for going outside the envelope. And, so... And then he said, "Hey, I've got this fucking spliff right here. You want to smoke that with me?" And I was like, "Bobby, I'll definitely smoke a spliff with you." So we burned one down, man. We went to the beer store, sat up and talked about, caught up on life and stuff. And I haven't seen him a lot. I haven't seen him a lot since then. But the fact that he reached out like that was just wonderful. And it does happen, folks. It really, really, really does happen. Yeah. Anyway, I've got to grab some stuff at the store here, and I will be back in touch with you all another day. You gotta love a joint up here called Cheapers. Food and things. Mostly it's the things that people come for there. It ain't the food. I'll tell you that. Most people, like I say, I meet people up here all the time that are genuinely so happy I'm here. And when my car needed fixed, this car needed fixed, okay? And let me tell you something, all right? Let me turn this around. Let me turn the beat around. Let me tell you something, okay? There was a pin broke, okay? A piece broke in the shifter mechanism, okay? Down here. And there's an arm that connects it, the shift rod. And of course, that particular model is exclusive to like 2 years, like of this car, the IS. It's that way. That happens. And I needed that shit fixed, okay? And my boy Spencer is way down the road. It's like a 30-mile tow, and I didn't have the right AAA for that, and gotta find the part. So these white boys, who I didn't even know from Adam, okay? I knew one of them because I'd helped his parents out, his step-parents out with some mortgage stuff when I was working with Scott Staffney down the street here. And so anyway, that's the only way I knew him. But other than that, we're just BMW drivers, okay? And we're brothers. So we smoke up, we'll drink up a little bit, and they took me to a guy who's got a lift at his own house, okay? That's right. And we did that. And we fixed the car on his lift, okay? So yeah, that's Sean and, what is that brother's name? I can't think of his name right now. Sheep, yes. Sean and Sheep took care of me. So that's what's up, guys. And Pepper was there. Remember that, Pepper? We went to get the car fixed that day. Anyway, yeah, man. And those guys ain't got a racist bone in their body. In fact, Sheep is part black, okay? And we'll talk about it. And he says, I know if I'm out with my friends, and he's like, he goes, I got them end lips, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, he does. And he's features. If you look at him, you're like, yeah, he's got the curly hair and everything. And we talk about that reality. But it's always going to be there, folks. And until we honestly talk about it and figure out what to do about it, it ain't going to get any better. It'll get marginally better, but getting to the core of it, to think that my landlord can drop N-bombs like that in front of my white housemate, and think that white housemate is not going to tell me, that really tells you he's delusional. I mean, he's not just racist. He's got his own issues too. I mean, you get my point. Okay, anyway, I gotta go. See you soon.